Today we witness the return of the Mac. Hi guys, welcome back to the Sazon Cooking Show. I am your host Victor, and today we're going to show you how to make a timeless classic, mac and cheese. The simple home-cooked meal that's easy to make and easier to love. Let me show you what you're going to need. With the ingredient list out of the way, first thing we're gonna do, start shredding all of our cheese. Get yourself a big old bowl here. Then you're gonna grab your shredder, and then we're gonna start with the cheddar. Love the way cheddar smells. Okay, so we're looking for like 3 cups. That equates to a lot of cheese. So just go ahead, and if you have a big shredder, use the big old side of it. These are gonna be some honky chonkies. By the end of this, your arm's gonna get really tired, because this is the first cheese. Yeah, I'm gonna move out some of the mountain here. Next up, Monterey Jack. Same amount of cheese. Want about 3 cups worth. And Monterey Jack is my mother's favorite cheese to use for this because it stays really melted after a long time instead of hardening up. Last leg of Monterey Jack, then on to Gruyere. Woo! Gruyere train. Thankfully there's not as much of this to shred because I'm already tired. Okay, and if you get a little slice like this, just try to use all of it. It's gonna be useful, and it's gonna add so much flavor into our mac. Okay, now that we have our cheese mixture, you can go ahead and see that this is just this beautiful, hefty amount of cheese. And this is gonna be everything to our mac. Yeah, that is crumbly, bumbly beautiful. Next on the agenda, let's go ahead and put some water in a pot, salt it heavily, and bring it up to a boil. All right, so we got enough water in here that's gonna be able to cover our pasta. We're gonna go ahead and toss it onto a high heat and salt heavily. Remember, every Italian will be mad at you if you do not do this. Cause it tastes like the ocean from all the salt. That's what you should be thinking. Salted. Let's get that up to a boil. All right, the water is just about to a boil, so the next thing we're gonna do is gonna take a 1/3 cup of butter, melt it in this here pan, because we're gonna go ahead and start our bechamel. So we got our 1/3 cup of butter in here. Now what we're gonna do is put it on medium heat, let it just cook for a while, melt down. We want it right before it starts to brown. Then we're gonna incorporate 1/2 cup of flour. All right, the water is officially rolling boil, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in my gigantic bag of pasta. And without splashing yourself, dump in the bag. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a good little stir, mix up the starches in here, and we're gonna cook this for about 7 minutes just before al dente. That way it can finish cooking in the oven. I'm gonna grab my 1/2 cup of flour. This is good, see these little bubbles? Just about ready to start mixing in the flour, so come over here, and we're gonna go ahead and just dump this flour in. And we are looking for a thick paste. Yeah, see how that's starting to form up really, really well? Now with our thick paste in, what we're gonna do is grab 4 cups of cold whole milk and gradually incorporate it in about 1/2 cup at a time. Just go ahead and mix it in. Now the reason we're adding it in small batches is because if you incorporate it all at once, it'll get very, very, very lumpy and not great. Okay, see this? See how it's starting to kind of look like pancake batter? It's good, we got about 2 cups left. Keep mixing. We're looking for the consistency of thick, heavy cream. All right, so now what we're gonna do, strain this pasta, finish off the bechamel, and we'll start building out the mac and cheese. Okay, our bechamel is almost done, and our pasta just got strained. So next thing we're gonna do is let this just get up to a simmer. Then we're gonna dump it onto our cheese and mix it in. This is just about wrapped up, but I wanna go ahead and make sure you guys know we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 degrees for the last part of what we need to do. All right, so now what we're gonna go ahead and do is grab a good amount of our cheese. Not all of it, I'd say about 15 to 25%, because this is gonna help finish our mac and cheese. So just keep this a little bit off to the side, and we're gonna get this Ready for the bechamel. Let me go ahead and bring that over here. It's gonna get messy. Have our bechamel here. We're just gonna dump it into our cheese mixture. Woo! You gotta work fast here because we're gonna want all this cheese to melt with it. Go ahead and just start incorporating. Ooh, look at it already melting. Yeah. Now, if the cheese doesn't melt all the way, you can actually move this mixture back onto the pan on a medium heat and finish it. Okay, our cheese just gave me a hair of resistance. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is turn back around, put it back into the pot, get some heat on it, and make sure it's all mixed before we add it into that pasta. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. All right, so we got this back on a medium heat, and we're just gonna mix it around a little bit. Okay, so this is looking like it's done. Gonna go ahead and move our pasta back. Take that lid off. Gonna go ahead and dump it in. Look at all that. Look at all. Go ahead and start incorporating this. Do you see these spider webs of cheese? Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh! With our cheese folded in, I'm gonna grab a casserole dish, dump half of our mixture in, add the other sprinkling of cheese on top, hop it with the rest of the mac and cheese, and then we finish with don Sazon breadcrumbs. Okay, I got my casserole dish right here. We're just gonna go ahead and get a hefty portion of that out. Beautiful. Look at all these strings. This is just beautiful. Go ahead and smooth it out. Now I have the rest of our cheese. If this wasn't cheesy enough, this is just like the icing on the cake, or in this case, the cheese on the cheese. Now let's go ahead and dump the rest of this on. Nice, good flat surface. Every inch of our elbow macaroni is covered. This is already looking done, but I promise you, we're not done yet. Grab your don Sazon seasoned breadcrumbs, or if you want a little kick, use our spicy breadcrumbs. Smell fantastic, and we're just gonna coat the top. No shortage of breadcrumbs. We want these to be so tasty. They're better than panko. They're better than anything you're gonna put on your food. Okay, our oven is ready at 350. These are going in for 25 to 30 minutes, or until that top browns beautifully. I'll see you guys in 25 to 30 minutes when these are done and we're pulling them out. 3, 2, 1. Let's check them out. My oven mitt is on. Ooh, this thing is dense. Bring it over here. Mac and cheese, baby. Mac and cheese. Oh my God, I could swim in this if they made a candle. So you can see, look at all these nice little burnt edges. It's not overcooked, just got some browning on it. Some people would even like to go a little further. That's totally fine. I think this is good for my needs, which means the cheese is melted in there. Don Sazon breadcrumbs are toasted, and we're just gonna get a little more bite. Not to mention, that secondary layer of cheese that we put in there is definitely melted. So, last thing to do is to try this. Got my trusty fork. We're gonna go ahead and just, ooh. That's perfect, Mac. It's probably gonna be really hot. I might regret this. So worth it. Perfection. Pasta is cooked to perfection because it stayed in the oven for that allotted time. The breadcrumbs taste super flavorful. I mean, these have so many good things inside of it. Like black pepper, garlic, onion, salt, all of those basics. And if you want to spice up the dish just a hair more, go ahead and feel free to add in a little more garlic with our Don Sazon granulated garlic, or a little kick of heat with some of our black pepper. I kind of like to do this after I've taken some out, mix it in, because that way it's to your preference in the bowl instead of on the whole dish. But that's just me. I don't know, everyone can be a little different. I think this is perfect. The flavor is so balanced. I might even just go in here again. I love it. And you can love it too by getting your own seasoned breadcrumbs on our website at www.don'tsazon.com, where we have a multitude of seasonings for all kinds of cooking that make life so easy in the kitchen. And don't forget, you can save 10% on your order by applying the code SHOW at checkout. But that's really it, guys. Mac and cheese is super easy. Obviously, the bechamel takes a little bit of time, but this is just creamy, cheesy goodness. A little bit of toastiness right on top. And if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because it helps us. We love your support and we want to keep teaching you guys how to use all of our products in so many different ways. It's so fun. It's so easy, you guys. Cooking like this can impress your friends, your family, anyone you know, and you're not gonna break a sweat while doing it. So make this mac and cheese, take a photo, tag us on Instagram if you do. Maybe you'll win a little something. And on that note, guys, I'm your host, Victor, and remember, a house isn't a home without Don't Sazon. Catch you in the next episode.